doing? How is everybody doing, man? I know everybody is feeling good and looking fresh. We might not all be looking as fresh as Law today. Shout out to his barber. You know, hey, go ahead and drop his name. When you do that,
Oh,
when you do what he did right there, you definitely get some shout outs. Go ahead, man. He got you on point.
oh, no doubt, no doubt. Her name is Peanut, man.
Oh,
She's a female barber, man, and she know how to get in there.
is that what it is?
That's what it is. A lady's touch, man.
40 years of doing it wrong, Law. You
Yeah.
telling me 40 years of doing it wrong?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Is she a Cowboy fan though?
Nah, she's a Niner fan. Yeah,
God
that's
damn.
something. I said, God, snap, nabbits.
You put that juju on you before that game too, Law.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why we didn't win, I believe. No,
Yeah,
I didn't. I didn't go to her then. I was like, I'm gonna skip out. I should have went. I should have let her cut it up, and maybe we would have won. Reverse jinx this thing.
So basically, Law, so there it is, you guys. There it is. Law just admitted it was not Kellen Moore's fault. It was not Dak's fault. It was Law's fault. He
It's
switched.
me, man.
You know what I'm saying? Accountability. Accountability.
Yeah.
You feel me? Those are big words we learned in 2023. You feel me? But yo, man, hey man, I appreciate you guys, man, for tuning in, man. It is your brethrens, man. You got your boy West Coast, man, the Mr. Dun Dun over here on Facebook. And we connected with Mr. Law Nation, Mr. Dun Dun on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We all kings in this world, man, but you guys know what it is. You feel me? So yo, we here, we live in the building. We both got some really good cuts. His a little bit better than mine. A little jelly though. But we also got some more. We also got some people in the building that's also very importante. And you know who those people are? If you're looking around, if you're looking in the mirror, you know what it is? It's you, silly goose. It's you. We talking about you, man. You are the very important people. So this is what we about to do, man. We about to shout out to everybody that's showing us love in the comment box. And as I do that, you guys already know there are 3 things that you must do. All 3 of them start with an S. Look at God. Look at
him.
God.
Look at him.
All 3 of them start with an S. First thing you must do is you must hit that share button. Oh, I need a little boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I got you.
Right there. I'm about to go get a sound effect.
Hit that share button over there.
Hit that share button. You know what I'm saying? Shares is only going to cost you about 500 calories. You feel me? You said you was getting better in 2023 anyway. Here's your opportunity. Burn those calories, hit them share buttons. Next thing you got to do, and that is if you're on Facebook, the Book of Faces, I need you to hit that star button. What are stars? Stars are the same thing that super chats are, and that is simply a monetary way for you, the content watcher, to show the content creators that you appreciate the content and that most importantly, that you want it to grow. You feel me? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through here. I'm going to say what's up to everybody that I see on West Coast, and then as I get Laws up, he going to say some people that's on his, say some shout outs to some people on his. As we say that, I need you guys to decide right now, is you going to hit that share button or is you going to hit that star button? We're going to go through it real quickly. So grab on to whatever you are because we're moving fast. You feel me? Yeah. So what's up, Roger Smith? I see you, boy. What's up, Desmond Ironman? I see you. Hit that star chat. I see you. Miss L Boogie, what's up with you? Appreciate you. Peter Rizzo, we got the mob in the building. What up, boy? Roger, I see you. Who else we got up here? Miss Cortez, I see you. Desmond, hey, hit that star button. Lil Baby 38. Hey, shout out to everybody that has that wrench by their name on YouTube. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to explain it to you very quick and very shortly. Basically, if you guys get out of line, they going to tighten you up. That's what they got that wrench for.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you slip and slide, they gonna they gonna tighten you up. You know what I'm saying? And some of them be on that mother hen stuff. So I'm just saying, just be calm. They got itchy trigger fingers. That's all I'm saying. My moderators got itchy trigger fingers. So just be calm. Everybody be calm and won't nobody get hurt. You feel me? What up, Jason Jesus? I see you over there. Lil Baby 38. Law Nation, man. I know you got some very important people over there, man. I'll give you some time to shout them out, man.
Yeah, shout out to Desmond. I appreciate you for being the first person over there on the Law Nation YouTube sides of things, and Noble's Royalty. Tyreek, appreciate you, fam. I really like all what you bring to the community. Vlad, you know what I mean? Shout out to you, Swain, and let's get this thing going, man. If I left you out, charge it to my head, not my heart, you know?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
for real though, hey, listen to me. One thing I love about being a Cowboy fan versus being a Cleveland Browns fan, or even being the reigning Super Bowl champions, you know what that is? Nobody cares about you outside the football season. Like, it's February 28th. I have a long list of things to talk about. I don't know about that for the Chiefs fan. So let's go ahead and let's get down this itemized list very quickly, because I woke up this morning in hysteria. Why? Because I saw something come across my screen. Like, it was Stephen Jones, and he was out here chatterbox talking, and he was talking about had they talked to Dak Prescott about this extension or whether it is. Now, before we even talk about if they're gonna do the extension, I want to know, what side of the table are you on, Law? I needs to know.
Well, I'm on the side of the money side, man. Okay, 22. Look, that's one of my favorite numbers, man. Shout out to Emmitt Smith for wearing 22. $22 million of money that they can sign up if they extend Dak Prescott, so that we can get more bodies into the building, especially somebody with some experiences as it relates to maybe a wide receiver, a defensive guy that you can put down inside, or a defensive back. I think that the best way for the Cowboys to win would be to extend Dak Prescott.
Yeah, and when Stephen Jones, what he said, if I was gonna play, I actually, let me see if I might be able to. Let me see something. I might be able to. I might be able to shake a ding something real quick. I got the video. So hey, I'm gonna show this video. It's 19 seconds, and this is exactly what This is Stephen Jones said. 19 seconds.
About to say.
For real. Here we go.
No, we haven't. Is that something that will happen here, do you think? I don't know. I mean, my bet is there's not going to be a lot said about it. We'll wake up one day and it'll be done.
But doesn't it help to sort of get an idea of what you have when we talk about the piece of the pie? It helps the piece of the pie.
Well, we've got a plan.
But you're not.
Doesn't necessarily always help you to divulge your plans.
Now, I'm going to say this real quick before I let you go, right? Jerry Jones, I said this on the show earlier. Jerry Jones will never die. He's going to be like Walt Disney. They're going to put him on ice. They're going to thaw him out in 200 years when they got the cure for whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But there's going to be a time when Jerry Jones is not going to be with us, right? And Stephen Jones is going to be firmly in control. I'm going to tell you this right here. Our job is going to be very hard during those days, because Stephen Jones is not giving away nothing. He's not see, if Jerry Jones would have been out, Jerry Jones would say, let me tell you, I'm not going to tell you guys the plan, but Law Nation, here's the plan. This is what we're going to do.
It's always harder for the one that comes up after the first successor, right? Like Joe Biden's son, what he doing? I hate to use that, but even as it relates to Trump's son, like what he's doing, right? So it's always the sons that got the silver spoon, not just in their hands, but had the whole silver everything, like money, toilet paper, So I look at it like, of course, Stephen Jones may have the right intentions, but my grandmother would always say there are people in hell with great intentions, right? So what I'm thinking about is that, yes, Stephen Jones may be a smart and cerebral guy, but he's going to be on the conservative side, and he's going to be thinking all left and right. And it may be worse when he get the whole, control of the team. And it appears that he is in control of the team, because I haven't seen Jerry today or all this week.
Facts. And I'm gonna tell you this right here, Stephen Jones, he also understands the power of the media and the things that they run for it. And he is going, it's almost like what we've always wanted. Jerry, just shut up. Right. Well, I don't know if we're gonna enjoy that, because Stephen Jones is not gonna try to give you anything. You know what I'm saying? But what I do like about what he did say and understanding is this. If you heard what he said, he says this. He says, we're just going to wake up and it's just going to be done. You know what that means to me?
Right.
That means this is something that you don't have control over, bro.
Right.
This isn't, listen to me. I think this is one of those things where the extension wasn't necessarily where we got to go to Dak. It was just a lever in the contract. We just flipped the lever in his extension. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. And think about this. Dak Prescott, when he signed that contract, it was before the CBA. Why wouldn't Dak want to get re-signed in the new CBA? Theoretically, that's when I was out. That's why I used to always say when Dak got his contract initially, it was really a 2-year contract. Why? Because Dak Prescott knew that when he was contract negotiating, it was around the time of the CBA. It wasn't final. You know what I'm saying? So if you're Dak Prescott, you don't want to take no contract that goes 5-6 years into the new CBA and you're 5-6 years onto old money. You know what I'm saying? So this automatically puts Dak into the money. So I mean, this isn't Dak and his agents 100% want to do this. Because if you think about this, your agent only gets 3% of the upfront. You know what I'm saying? So your agent for sure. You got to think like this. Anytime an athlete gets a new contract, an agent gets paid.
He get paid. And that agent getting paid big banks because the same agent that represent Dak represent Pat Mahomes. So we looking at all of this and we contextualize it that Ezekiel Elliott agent, Rocky Arsenault, he won, and Dak Prescott agent, they won, because I think that the Jones family been getting beat left and right. Even D-Law agent, I believe he won. When was the last time? David Cantor is really good though, by the way. That's D-Law's agent.
Yeah.
The last time the Dallas Cowboys front office won in a contract situation?
Jalen Smith.
No, man. Shoot, give me $60 million. Shoot. Jalen won, in my opinion, because they cut Jalen and they still had to pay the brother $7 million. They had to eat that dead cap money. So it's a situation. Tyron Smith, somebody put it in the chat. He was the last time the Cowboys won collectively on a quote unquote contract. Everybody else, shoot, they winning. And even I believe Zach Martin, he moved his weight around. He really not no one to sneeze at as it relates to his negotiation tactics, and he's by far one of our better clients. Well, not client, but better players on his team.
Yeah, and to kind of just segue, as they say, slide all into his DM. You know what I'm saying? Stephen Jones. It's funny because I'd be like, Stephen Jones just keeps it so tight-lipped. He don't say nothing. Then all of a sudden he'd be like, oh yeah, Tyron Smith. Oh yeah, he's one of those guys that you got
right.
Like he gotta. I feel like these guys that we think just accidentally crazy, I feel like they be knowing what they doing, bro. Like I get that sense that they be knowing what they doing. So when stuff accidentally leaks in Dallas, just have that same feeling. Like I think they know what they're doing, right? So this morning they kind of made it known that the Dallas Cowboys are going to actively try to keep Tyron Smith. And part of the show today was to talk about Terrence Steele. I think you can't talk about Tyron Smith without talking about Terrence Steele, because I think they're kind of handcuffed each other. Because my question is he has an ACL tear. When do you think he's coming back? And how much of that do you think affects the decision on Tyron Smith?
Well, here you go, right here.
Here you go.
Got breaking news. The Dallas Cowboys front office reported that Terrence Steele and as well as Tony Pollard will be active during training camp. More news in Frisco at 9.
Hey man, what's up with you, man? It's your boy West Coast, man. I got breaking news. So the Cowboys are saying that that 2 guys with ACL tears are going to miraculously be ready for training camp in about skin 30. We're going to go ahead and believe that like we always do each year, because we said we're going to be better Cowboy fans. Listen to me.
Hold on, before you go to that point, that also includes and details that the fact that the front office already putting out that they're going to have some type of an agreement with Terrence Steele, which I don't mind, and as well as with Tony Pollard. That means that he will be wearing silver and blue for the 2023 season regardless.
Which, listen to me, I said this about Tony Pollard. If you're going to sign him, sign him. That's just what it is. If you're going to sign him, it behooves, it makes no sense to give a franchise tag to injured players. The Dallas Cowboys have never done that. You guys got to remember, Dak Prescott got hurt on the franchise tag. He actually walked in a healthy man to sign the contract. And Dalton Schultz was a healthy man when he walked into the office and signed his franchise tag. These are all players who got hurt on the franchise tag. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Like, listen to me. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna say this real. I'm a married man. I'm gonna do this right now, right, man?
Yeah. I feel you.
You know what I'm saying, look at this, man. For all you married men out there, listen. If you got somebody that's been burned you before, you ain't gonna go back to that now, is you? You ain't gonna do that now, right? Now I'm just telling you. I need you to put it in the comment box now. I need you to think about that one. We all got that one. Let me think about it. What is it? Was she light skinned? You know what I'm saying? They got the curly hair. Every time you get with one, she burn you now.
Let it burn, baby.
Now, I'm gonna ask you this right now.
Usher?
I want to know. You know what I'm saying? I want to know. You on your third one now. You know what I'm saying?
No, man.
I just want to know. She ain't got you every time. Is it her or is it you?
Oh, no.
Because my question is this, Law. You didn't got burned 2 times with the franchise tag, bruh. 2 times. 2 times you have paid someone to play 17 games and they did not. I would be absolutely afraid to give anybody the franchise tag, bruh.
Well, the Cowboys got a bad track record regardless. We franchise tag 6 times in a row, right? 6 seasons in a row. We utilized the franchise tag. And in some shape, form, or fashion, the people that we pay all of a sudden get injured, regardless of the situation. We paid Dez Bryant, then he had the metatarsal toe injury, right? We paid guys, right? And all of a sudden they get hurt or they get injured. Now, I'm not saying that the Cowboys should avoid paying people, but we just keep getting hit left and right with these injuries, the injury bugs after we pay said player. So it was one time that the Cowboys got ahead of a contract and he wore number 42. His name is Barry Church. You remember him?
Oh my God.
He tore up something and then they came up to him and said, hey, bro, hey, we got this coins for you, man. Shout out to you, Too Cool, for the super chat. But here's the thing, though. The Dallas Cowboys got to figure out a way, Wes, to work these things out, especially with this money, because at the end of the day, if you wait too long, you won't be able to play in this free agency.
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this: the Cowboys need to stop acting like they broke. Like, we so crazy. We be broke when we want to broke, and then we be got money like a mug when we got money like a mug. Man, like, what is we gonna be? Is we gonna be broke, Law? Is we gonna be ballers? Like, what is it gonna be? We cannot be both, though. Like, we are seriously, like, we are literally Tuesday. We broke it in the mug, man. I ain't got it. Don't ask for it. I ain't got it. Wednesday, oh yeah, we can get Odell. We can get Hopkins. Like, come on, bro. Like, listen to me, Dallas Cowboys. The number one thing that we have to do as far as free agency is this: we need to identify the players that we want to keep and get those players. Let's not do what we did with J-Ron Curse, where we piss people off for a whole month. They got to unfollow us and all this other stuff. And then, like right now, I'm going to just slide him in there because I'm going to just slide that way to the left, like Trevon Diggs, like Dallas Cowboys. Today is February 28th. Do you want to sign the kid or not? If you want to sign him, think about this. On February 28th, this is the cheapest day you'll ever be able to get him. So what does that mean? On March 15th, when you're able to re-sign him, sign the kid. And and I'm going to tell you, Law, that is the difference between other organizations in the Dallas Cowboys. Listen to me. I'm the Dallas Cowboys, Law Nation. You're any one of the other 31 organizations, right? Mm-hmm. When you see something, you know what you say? As soon as you're able to pay him, Law Nation's like, man, I'm about to pay him. Why? Because, bro, listen to me. If I don't pay him now, bro, he gonna go get 50 sacks next year, and I'm gonna have to pay him. You're afraid of that, right? I'm like, oh, no, I'm not gonna pay him. Why? Because what if I pay him and he only gets like 12 sacks? Like, oh my God. Then I paid him and I've given him all that money.
You know what's happening, though. And you're an entrepreneur, right? And the time when your son is old enough to run and operate within the confines of your business, I don't think that he will be in fear of his father firing him, right? You won't get rid of your son. That's your own flesh and blood, depending on circumstances, though, because I don't know. You probably will give him a little leeway. Juxtaposed to, if I send my cousin over there to work for you, he won't have that same rope that your son have, right? So this is what's happening over here in the Jones family land. I'm not sweating them for how they handle their business, because shout out to them. of running it like a mom and pop store, but he don't have those repercussions. And I'm talking about Stephen Jones. So that's why he can say, hey, we're one click away from getting a better wide receiver. We one click away from having a better coach. We one click away from utilizing the weapons around the quarterback to be better. We one click away from the defense. Nah, bullsugar, bro. Because if it was he the GM or he handles all of the player personnel, he could get fired if those clicks don't happen. You know what I mean? But he can boldly say, hey, man, we one click away.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this right here, man. This is something I learned in just being in business. You can run a small business like a big business, but you cannot run a big business like a small business. Doesn't work, bro. Doesn't work. You can thank you. You can run your little small business from your garage and pretend like you got 50 employees and have your own little messenger and stuff like that. But bro, you can't have this huge business running it like it's, as soon as Steven's ready, he's gonna take the reins. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if there's, and think about this, man. Praise God, we're going from Jerry Jones to Steven, but who we're gonna go from Steven to what? You know what I'm saying? Because some other dudes, I ain't gonna lie, I follow one of them on YouTube, on Instagram. He look kind of weird, I ain't gonna lie. He look like a young version of Jerry Jones while being old all at the same time. It's crazy, man, how close they look alike. It's just crazy. But I'm curious, because think about that. You know what I'm saying? When you go from Stephen Jones to the next, what's the next thing? You know
Charlotte Jones, maybe, and she would sit back and then she would hire, dare I say, a general manager. That could work out. I think Jeannie Buss doing that, right? So we can look at it like that. And the person that's whoever over in Cincinnati land, when they allowed their daughter to take over the team and the dad stepped back, they even made it to the Super Bowl. They didn't win it, but they made it further than they ever been. And that's because that owner sat back and let the daughter run the operations.
Man, listen to me. If the Dallas Cowboys put Charlotte in charge and then we end up going to the Super Bowl, oh my God, the women's movement. I'm all
on board. I'm all in favor. Look. True story. True story, man. They said that when they was building the workout facility in the stadium, Charlotte Jones was in control of the mom and Charlotte. They was in control of like all of the fixtures and everything. They had to tell her, hey, love, can you stop spending? Can you stop spending? Now, there's two folds to it. Right now, we bang it on the table saying, go get this guy, go get that guy. And of course, you need some balance with it. But what we've been doing is, hey, let's go to Fred's. Let's go to Dollar Store, man. Let's go to Dollar General. Let's go to Walmart to go grab some guys. I think that even when we go to Walmart, that's luxury to us, right? Targets and Walmart, Publix, that's luxury shopping. We need to go and figure out a way to at least visit some of those top tier stores. We just don't even do it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's an indictment on your team when nobody wants your free agents. That's all I gotta say on that note. Bro, listen to me. If ain't no team out here scrimmaging around, we gotta get Anthony Brown in here, bro. We gotta get him in here, man. We gotta get Darren Steele in here. Man, listen to me, bro. Come on now. That lets you know what the Dallas Cowboys was really working with. You know what I'm saying? So even just going into free agents and going into those top shopping, like we still don't even sometimes keep our the whole mantra of the Dallas Cowboys. We all sign our own guys. I got four guys real quick, man. I want to ask you real quick. I would think these guys will be some automatic signs, but I don't know. Right. First, let's start off with this one right here. Cooper Rush. What are your thoughts in the chat box? You re-signing him? Law, what's your thoughts? You bringing him back?
I just wish Cooper Rush was already signed with us, and then we would have been able to finagle some trade deals because as a starter, he's 5-1 with the Cowboys, right? I could put that on his resume, and I could start shopping some of those teams that need a backup quarterback or need a quarterback in general, and I can put that on the forefront and say, hey, I got this quarterback that's 5-1, and the Cowboys been utilizing him in a great way, and within a system, he can win games for you. But neither here nor there. I would do this. Marcus Mariota is out there. I would bring in Marcus Mariota, someone like that, and I would still figure out a way to sign Cooper Rush to a real cheap contract.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. Considering that 2 backup quarterbacks played in the playoffs in 2022, craziness.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny to me. Look, I don't like taking these bunny trails, but y'all make me do it. Like
Yeah.
y'all make me turn into this guy. You know what I'm saying? When you guys try to tell me that it's the quarterback, it's the quarterback that makes so much of a difference, even though there were backup quarterbacks playing in the playoffs in 2022. All right, back to the West Coast.
Oh, hey, wait. Some
Y'all
some
bring that-
evil stuff was
y'all
going
bring
on.
that evil
I'm
out
gonna
of me,
start playing. I'm gonna start praying to Allah, Yahweh. Come on, God. Come on, help us out.
Just saying, bro. Y'all bring
Something
that
got a
evil.
hold of West Coast, you know.
I'm saying, man, when y'all try to tell me that it is the quarterback is the coup de grace of everything. And then I see backup quarterbacks in the playoffs, bro. Are you freaking kidding me? Don't play me. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to have that conversation. But back to Cooper Rush. I digress. That only proves another thing, that you do need a really good backup quarterback.
You do.
So I am actually down for bringing back Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
If his head don't get so big that he think he can go be a starter somewhere else. Now Cooper Rush, don't get RG3. You saw what happened with him in Baltimore.
Hey, who's the other quarterback we had on his team? He wore number 15. His name is at the tip.
The only quarterback that you have on roster, if you don't bring back Dak Prescott, your starting quarterback, Will Greer.
No. Yeah, Will Greer. You was out there in Oxnard with me. Who performed better, Will Greer or Cooper Rush?
Overall,
and Danucci was there too. Yeah,
I would be honest with you. Will Greer looks like a better quarterback.
Right. I think the injuries came too quickly in the preseason, which bumped Cooper Rush up.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. This is why I love the way you think. You feel me, Law? Because Marcus Mariota makes so much sense for the Dallas Cowboys. You wanna know why? Because I believe that my backup quarterback should always be a guy that looks exactly like my starting quarterback. He's just not as good as him. Like, because you got to think like this. The Dallas Cowboys, we have done something that is just like, when it comes to football, it's just stupid. Like, we've always had a athletic quarterback, starting quarterback, then a non-mobile quarterback as your backup. That doesn't even make any sense. So guess what? Everybody's like, oh my God, when Dak went deep down, our offense totally changed. Duh. Cooper Rush is nothing like Dak Prescott. If you want to look at what a real backup quarterback system looks like, go look at Baltimore. Now, they had Lamar Jackson. Behind Lamar Jackson, they had freaking RG3, who's just who should have been should have been Lamar if it would have happened to his leg. You know what I'm saying? Then behind him, they had the Trace McSorley guy, who's in my opinion, he's a white guy that's just kind of like him. But at the end of the day, they had guys that were like Lamar who were just not as good as Lamar. So guess what? The number one thing, your offense doesn't have to change, right? Like, I like Cooper Rush, but on the strength of Marcus Mariota, that makes way more sense. Because think about this, Law. I love Dakota Let It Rain Prescott.
Let it rain, yeah.
But I'm going to ask you this, Law. And can you just say you love Dak before you answer the question, please? Because
man,
just say it for me, please. Just say it, Law.
All right, man. I like what Dak do. Yeah, I can't say he love all, but I like what he do. Go ahead.
Okay, like, but you're positive about it. Okay,
so I'm positive about it.
Okay, so can I ask you this question? Theoretically, is Dak now kind of like an injury prone? He's kind of injury prone, right?
He's been injured for the last 2 years. Three would be the charm. So, no, he's been injured
3 years.
3 years. Yeah.
2021, he missed the game, and this is my thing. At his
4 years now.
So this is my thing. What I'm saying is, Law, I can almost guarantee you there's a game you're not gonna have your quarterback. At least one game, you're not gonna have your quarterback. So since you're not going to have Dak at least a game, you need to have a guy that can win you a game. You know what I'm saying? And think about this. Praise God that injury happened at the beginning of the season. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. That's how I be knowing that Jesus is a Cowboy fan. Because, man, listen to me. God said at the beginning of 2022, we was not going to have Dak for 5 games. Praise God he did it at the beginning of the season, right? Like, if you listen to me, if someone's going to break into your, hack your account and take all your money, thank you, Jesus. It's on the 14th. Why? Because I'm broke on the 14th. I spent my money already. You feel me? Now, if you would have had me first, you would have got me.
well, since you said it that way, said that Jesus got to be, or God himself favors the Cowboys. Well, I'm quite sure that one of the fruits of the spirit is long suffering. You know, so we've been going through 30 years or 27 to 28 years of long suffering. Hey, some point we got to understand that, hey, grace and mercy is what we need. So come on, Jerry. Please, 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 please get on your knees, man. Go to that closet and pray, man. So we can overcome this long suffering.
Absolutely. Hey, next, man. Next, we're gonna slide over. We're gonna slide over to the defensive side real quick, man. Now, there's been a lot of talk with, one possible Jalen Ramsey. I think, you can't really talk about an Anthony Brown without talking about it, bringing in a guy like a Jalen Ramsey. So I want to know real quick, what are your thoughts on bringing in a Jalen Ramsey? Where's the number 5?
Okay, all right. I'm glad that you brought this up. Before we go to Jalen Ramsey, I would love to have Marshawn Lattimore. He's my first go-to guy. If somehow the Saints do a fire sale or they want to get from up under that $60 million that they are over the cap with, can they just start working out a situation that they get rid of Marshawn Lattimore? But if not,
why do you prefer him over? I just want to.
Why do I prefer Marshawn Lattimore? For one, Marshawn is a little younger, right? And I just like the way the style that Marshawn plays. He's a little bit more aggressive. He got that mentality, that dog mentality. Not saying that Jalen don't have that. Jalen brings that to the table, but Jalen is one of those guys that, of course, if you follow Pro Football Focus, he did finish 4th amongst all DBs or cornerbacks last season. But Jalen, to me, seemed to pout a little bit when things don't go his way. So, of course, he's better than Anthony Brown and whoever else we had on that other side of Trayvon Diggs. But shoot, Marshawn Lattimore, I wouldn't pass that up for nothing as it relates to that DB on the other side.
And guess what? Since I don't care about money, because it ain't my money, I ain't even asking you how much he costs. I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
I do not. Hey, listen to me. I like Lattimore. I think Jalen Ramsey, the only reason why I think that if I had to say between the two, I think Jalen Ramsey is for sure going to probably be released if they can't find a trade partner for him. The only thing that sucks is you probably have to wait until the draft, because I would think that a team might be interested in Jalen Ramsey right before the draft, especially if you're a team that's going to be drafting a cornerback. Like if you're any team in the NFL that's thinking about drafting, because you got to think it like this: if you're a team that's drafting a cornerback? Like, who's the best corner in the draft? The Porter kid? Is that your number one corner?
They say Chris Gonzalez. And then they say Devon Witherspoon. Of course, you got Deontay Banks over there. So you got some guys, man. And then, of course, Joey Porter Jr.
Okay. So then the question is to that team, do you think that corner is better than or has a higher upseeding than Jalen Ramsey right now? Because
not at this point, man. None of these guys, not at this point, to be fair.
And me too. So that's why I think like Jalen Ramsey, I think that's gonna be something that's gonna get dangled out there to the draft, because that's when you're gonna have your most leverage. Because you're literally gonna call it, hey man, if you're gonna draft this kid, you might as well take on Jalen for the same thing. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Lattimore, I like that. I like that idea. One thing I do like about Lattimore is, man, he gonna for real bring that real, like, not that pretend dog, but like that, because that pretend dog is like, I'm gonna shove you during the game, and then after the game, I'm gonna shake hands with you type of dude. Like Lattimore, he's gonna bring that. Like, I low key think that if we bring Lattimore on this team, I think Parsons, him and Parsons would probably be best friends, because they're agitators. Like, they're the guys that's on the defense that's gonna find that weak link on the defense, and they're gonna agitate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna, whether that be the left guard, and he may not even been playing against them, but they're agitators, and they start stuff, and I like that. You can't not have Jaron Curse is a perfect example of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're agitators. They want to start something. You know what I'm saying? And I love having those types of guys around. So and he's a dog. He's definitely
he's dog, man. And both guys on this team, especially playing cover 3, will work out tremendously, man. But like you said, if a team don't want to fight for those guys and they got draft picks, they will say, all right, Rams, what y'all want for them? You know, because sometimes people don't want teams to release a player where he got all of the options to go where he want to go at. So yeah, it's good sometimes to trade them. And I'm quite sure that that's what even the Cowboys did with Amari Cooper. They were looking at it like, shoot, we're going to send him to Siberia. We're going to send him to Cleveland for a 5th round draft pick. They didn't want to allow him to just pick his own team, because then Amari is not, sometimes it's not about the money. Could just pay attention to this. And I'm talking about the offense just quickly. We'll jump back to defense. Sometimes it's not about the money, because he was willing to take $45 million pay cut to stay here. So go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this right here: the Dallas Cowboys. You know, I love, one thing I do love about the Cowboys getting older is as you get older, you have like moments of like clarity. You know what I'm saying? And it's like Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, even in his old age. You know what I'm saying? First, his hair was gray because it was fashionable. Now, Stephen, it's gray, my dog.
And he loses some. If you go back to that video, he loses some threads at the top. You know. Sometimes Stephen Jones look older than Jerry.
Hey, that's how you know he's really in charge too. You feel me?
Right.
Hey, they always say this: that whenever someone gets elected president, if you really want to know who's in charge of the country, look who got the gray hair. You know what I'm saying? that's who's really in charge. Steven, you can only slick it down so much. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You feel me? But you know, he there started to have moments of clarity. And you know what, man? Just so that I love the fact that they came out today and kind of accepted the fact that they didn't do enough with the Amari Cooper. And it's not necessarily regrets, but I love, it's a validation of our own thoughts. You want to know why? Because when someone does something crazy and you, being a sane human being, look at that and say, that's crazy, and the rest of the world says, nah, that's not crazy. At some point, you need somebody to come back and say, hey, man, what's up? Hey, Christopher Columbus, what's up, dog? Hey, man, you was right, dog. It was not square, dog. The earth really was weird, my dude. It really was circular. It was, yes. Somebody turned over Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good that they come back and circle around, because it lets guys like us know that, guess what, when we stand on these preach boxes, because I know, man, when around these times, there was a lot of, I know it wasn't you good Christian Cowboy fans. I know y'all good people. I know it wasn't y'all that did this. But some of y'all bad Cowboy fans, y'all was really, really trying to get Amari Cooper up out of here. So every now and then, you need the organization to admit, yeah, we messed up, so that you know, guess what? Some of this stuff, we don't need to trust the process. Like Philadelphia Sixers been trusting the process. It ain't got them nowhere. Sometimes you need guys like us to buck the system.
Buck it, man. And here's the thing. When you write, like you and I, when we write, Wes, it takes us a whole year. It takes a whole year for people to understand, no, West Coast was right, man. Oh, man, Law was right. Man, Boss Cowboy was right, man. OC was right. Big Game J was right. You know, it took us a whole year. We be wrong all year when we tell people, like, look, man, when we was out there, when we was out there at training camp, and we say, man, Jalen Tolbert, man, he don't got it, dog. You know what I mean? And then the front office and some of the people that they kind of do like this too, you know what I mean? They say, yeah, Jalen Tolbert is going to be a brilliant asset to this team. And for this team, he's attacking the ball, pulling it out of the sky. But you can't mess up tangible things that we see with our natural eyes. And we're telling everybody, hey, the Cowboys may need to go get this wide receiver, right? James Washington ain't it. And Jalen Tolbert, he can't beat out Dennis Houston. And then what they say to us, Wes, stop being negative.
Facts.
Stop being negative. He gonna do this.
No, what they told us is he could have went to Alabama. That's what you don't know.
Right. He could have went to Alabama. You don't know. You don't know football, Wes. You know what I mean? And then when the season kick off, and then the year go through, and then all of the stuff is said and done. Now we right. You know what I mean? But we was right the first time. They should have utilized their weapons then. And this is not us being cocky. This is not us being, you know, what they call it? A chauvinist, none of this arrogant, but these are the facts. So when we say these things, we gonna say it that what the other people ain't gonna say, right?
Hey, I used to have this manager, man. His name was Ari, man. I used to love him. He was Polynesian, man. And I couldn't understand nothing he would say, man. But every time he came to my store, because you know I'm big West Coast of the sales, man. I was selling. He used to always tell me, West Coast, stay humble, West Coast, stay humble. I'm gonna tell you the same thing, Law. Stay humble, Law. Stay humble. You gotta stay humble. That's tell us, Law, when you try to circle back around with your content and be like, and then, you make a video, be like, I kind of made a video about this last year, kind of said that he wasn't going to be, really good and that he probably wasn't going to work out. You guys kind of trashed the video, kind of said I was wrong on the video. And I'm just trying to stay humble now, but I'm not trying to tell you I told you so, but
kind
of told you so. I kind of
told you so, man.
Hey, but you know what? Staying humble, I'm going to tell you one guy that caught me slipping.
Who that?
I'm gonna tell you a guy that caught me slipping on this team this year, Law. He caught me slipping, bro. Slippies count, man. Anthony Barr, man. What the hell happened to Anthony Barr, bro? I declare West Coast that I am only right 99% of the time because I was wrong on Anthony Barr. What the hell happened to Anthony Barr?
He gave us about 3 good games, but that one good game was Cincinnati. Yeah, I mean, we needed him. He helped. That's Cincinnati. So maybe by signing him, it pushed LVE to go from here to at least here. So sometimes things goes like you can't see them tangibly.
He was a battery pack. He was just a battery for another guy.
He'll boost for another guy. And sometimes when you have that bridge guy, he is just that, bridging so that Damone Clark can walk through and be that guy. If anybody I'm proud of from last year is Damone Clark, because that's one guy we didn't get a chance to see during training camp. We didn't get a chance to see in preseason, and we didn't get a chance to see in week 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or 5. So now when we see Damone Clark out there for the 2023 season, he's going to be here to here.
Yeah. Yeah, so then talking on that linebacker position, because you brought him up, LVE, who is a free agent, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He might put his toe in the free agent water. He's trying to see what that be like. Yeah. So what's up, man? LVE, man. What's good with LVE? You bringing him back? What you think the Cowboys do with LVE?
Well, that's the one that 31 other teams passed him up, right? Didn't even bat their eye at him, right? They allow him to test the market last season. So now he's going to come back to the table and say, hey, what about me? And it's one team that I know for sure that may give him a good look, then that would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They got a lot of deep linebackers that's long in the tooth. And our boy that was over here went over there. So George Edwards, he's now the linebackers coach over there. So quite surely, I think that they got a little bit more cap space than us, and they can offer him a deal. What we should do is not counter. We should say, all right, cool. You going over there, so be it. Now, if we want to match it, then that could be another thing. But outside of that, let LVE get a breath of fresh air somewhere else.
Damn. Hey, have you ever been like somebody been talking to you and you just find out some new information? Like, wow, that was some really good information Law just said right there, man. Appreciate so yeah, LVE might get a job over there in Tampa Bay. Huh? Okay. Well, this is my take on LVE, right? I am really. He showed me the last portion of the season that he could be a guy that can play at a level, but I just think that LVE is a rotational linebacker, and I don't think that you should be re-signing rotational linebackers. I think that only starters should get signed, and I think you should I think rotational guys should get rotated out. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not the rotational if you're still here 2 years later, bro. Like, I think it's time to rotate him out, man, because now it's like, I feel like if his talent is like a 50, a 58 or something. My question is this, how far is that from Damone Clark with Damone Clark playing more snaps?
Wow. Yeah. Clearly last season though, LVE stepped up though when you had better.
Yeah, he did. But even his best, and it's crazy because think about this. There was a point where this defense, I was really like, oh my God, I really wish that I could have LVE back. But that wasn't necessarily because of his play. I think that was because of the play in front of him, what we weren't getting from him. So it made you really miss LVE. You know what I'm saying? So for me,
yeah.
Go ahead.
Nah, I'm just gonna say this. If he come back, it has to be at that same rate that he had left with, right? And I'm not saying that the man don't deserve a raise, but I'm trying to get my dogs up out of here, man. I'm trying to get Damone Clark. I'm trying to, let's say, for example, we draft a Drew Sanders, right? Or if we go into this thing and get a guy by the name of Jack Campbell. I want to get those guys chances and opportunities. Jabril Cox, Devin Harper. I talked to Devin Harper. I'm going to talk to you off air about what he said about some things. But it's one of those things where I want my youth. Look, we drafted those boys for a reason, not to hold a clipboard. Get those guys out there to see if they can make some things happen out there for us in a good way.
Yeah, and my thing is this, with LVE, it's like this, like, you know, you if I'm LVE, why would you? The Cowboys are not going to sign you more than a year. And if you're LVE, with you have to be able to find somewhere that can give you something that's longer than a year. This would be your second consecutive year deal. You could have just got a contract from the Cowboys. So if I'm LVE, I don't even know if I'm really excited about coming back to the Cowboys, because I don't believe they're going to give me anything longer than a year. You know what I'm saying? So now to throw in that hat, you know, I know a lot of people are asking, you know, for the Bobby Wagners of the world. And then there's only one Bobby Wagner, and he is currently available out there for the Dallas Cowboys to bring in as a free agent. Man, what is your thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys bringing in Bobby Wagner?
Only if the price is right. And I'm going to go lean on Stephen Jones' side just for a little second on this one. Sometimes players ask for the sun and moon. They look up and say, I want the sun and moon, right? That's too much for his age. That's a long tooth. Now, if he's laying down and he's looking up saying, I want that plane and that tree right there, then we can work something out with that type of deal. As long as it's not the sun and the moon, and just say, hey, you know, Dan Quinn, you left some money in LA, right? You wanted to come over here for a contender. Why not be in this space to help us get this chip? Man, the money will be flowing if we win the Super Bowl, if we get deep into the playoffs. So we need you, but we don't want you to hurt us. So that's how I look at it with Bobby Wag. I really believe this right here, Wes. If we can somehow survive of the draft, if we go into the draft and we make our draft picks and Bobby is still out there, then we can scoop him up on the back end of the free agency.
My thoughts on Bobby Wagner is this. You have a bunch of young linebackers. True. And your linebacking coach is a revolving door. Like, it is for real changing. It's like a boy band. You know, every year you got a different new member.
Right.
And that means, if you notice, the only thing that's not changing is what? The players. Right. I think part of the reason why LVE hasn't developed is because, he's almost had a new linebacker coach every other year. I think Bobby Wagner does something for your young guys that they would probably have not better than a coach, and that is you have a guy that can train these guys, because Bobby Wagner is the end result. So it's
player coach.
Exactly. Yeah. I can bring Bobby Wagner in, and the same way I view T.Y. Hilton is like, you know, he has those ambiance and those things I want CeeDee Lamb to be able to do. So guess what? He'll be able to help me with those things. You know what I'm saying? So that's for sure one thing that I do like about bringing Bobby Wagner in, is because a guy like Damone Clark, who showed a lot of athleticism, but when it comes to actually like reading and diagnosing plays, I think that's where a lot of people will have their issues with Damone Clark. But I just think that, you know, considering everything that he was went through and the fact that he was not even supposed to play last year, I think it's crazy, man, that the boy played and he even started some games. Like, that mess is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think that he would benefit playing with a guy like, you know, Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
I think, you know, because you got to think like this, man. You know, without LVE if you don't sign LVE, you have a very inexperienced linebacker core. And that's even throwing in Micah Parsons in there, because he's only been in the league 2 years. You have a very, very inexperienced linebacking core. Like, I can't really name anybody. You know what I'm saying?
I just think it's time, though. It's time to Parsons to be an edge. I think that's what they're going to do with him, is to flex him out as the edge and then focus on developing these other pieces at linebacker. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, I in common sense world, they would do that law, but in grimy, we trying to get the most money out of our athletes while not paying them a lot. Man, the Dallas Cowboys are always going to play him a little bit at every position outside of edge rusher. Because, man, listen to me. If you play him at edge rusher, he's getting 20 sacks. Cowboys, I do believe, are not trying to pay for that. Like Micah Parsons played cornerback. He had like 15 snaps at cornerback last year.
Yeah.
Like
he's dynamic.
Yeah, he's dynamic, but it's like that. I don't think the Cowboys will ever just let him sit on the edge and just eat. Like think about this, man. Like, when has there been a game where we just seen them Cowboys just let Micah Parsons just go, bruh? Like what they do with Bosa, bruh. Bosa has no responsibility. Quarterback. That's it. I don't know what y'all doing, but I know where I'm going. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's why these guys are able to run these numbers up so quickly. 3 and 4. Listen to me. When you get 3 sacks in a game, 2.5 sacks in a game, bro, you're not doing anything but getting after the quarterback.
Yeah. I feel you, man. At some point, I'm trying to win games.
Facts.
And I'm gonna be, if I'm 80, like if I'm Jerry Jones, if I'm in my 80s, right? And he's gonna be 81 next year. That's a long tooth. There's no gloves on these hands. I'm trying to win. I'm gonna tell him, like, look, man, this is what I'm gonna pay you. But downtown, well, south of Dallas, there's a road called Carkerwell. You know what I'm saying? And that's a house, 1310. Just knock on the door, and to your left, there's a suitcase. You know what I mean? I don't know what's in it, but it's something in it for you, you know? And then he go down there and he open it up. Oh, okay. You know. All right. Yeah. I'm trying to keep my players here, and Jerry need to start doing some things like that. Take them on a yacht cruise, man. And then at the bottom of the yacht, there's something in an envelope, you know?
Hey, man.
Jerry, what is it? Oh, okay. I know what it is. You know, give him one of them grandma's handshake. You know how grandma, see you in church and she give you one of them handshakes and say, this is from your daddy. You be like, oh, okay, granny. All right.
And you know what's crazy though, Law? And a lot of these deals that we need to do, they don't even really be like, oh, like how many times have you seen the Cowboys lose a player and you be like, damn, I wouldn't have gave him that. No, I wouldn't.
Right.
I wouldn't have given him that. I wouldn't have gave him that. Like, man, we be losing out on players. Oh yeah, they gave him what? That be the result. That be the result. We'd be like, they gave him what?
Yeah, what?
Raekwon Smith. They traded him for what?
What? Yeah, 3rd and the 5th. What?
Oh, and then people be like, oh, but you got to pay him, bro. No, duh, he's good. Why would you not want to pay him? Explain to me why you have a problem with signing and paying Raekwon Smith. Explain that, why you have a problem with that. People be like, you gotta pay him. No, duh.
You got a pool in your house. Hey, man, your water bill gonna go up. Well, hey, you got a pool. Man.
Bro. Like that's what kind of comes with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like the Cowboys, like, look, we don't be losing out. We really don't be getting in bidding wars and just be like, there's been too many times where players have been like, yeah, man, I wanted to come to Dallas. Like Von Miller. Von Miller's like, I wanted to be a Cowboy, but not for that.
Right. But shoot, Von was sitting here saying he didn't even get the phone call. He right downtown. He like in DeSoto and Cedar Hill area, Duncanville. And he said, man, my people didn't even get the call.
Bruh, that's why, man, that's that, and that is just the mindset of the Dallas Cowboys, man. So my thing, to kind of swirl it up and swing it out right here, man. I'm gonna tell you this right here. I like Bobby Wagner in name, and right. I love what I think it makes sense for the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? I think it makes sense for the Cowboys, but at the same time, I think that the Dallas Cowboys got to fortify that front defensive line. And, you heard about late last night, the boy Deron Payne got franchise tagged, so we ain't never got to talk about him no more. You know what I'm saying? He making $19 million. You know what I'm saying? Cowboy fans, we got to be okay. The sooner we get okay with paying good players, the sooner that we'll be able to get past a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before we get out of here though, man, I wanted to hit them, man, because you dropped a dope video, man. And it was on a guy named Darnell Washington, 6 foot, man. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I had to Google. I thought you actually fingered it, or edited it wrong or something. When I saw 6'7", bro, I literally was like, "There's no way, bro." He had to have put that the wrong number or something. 6'7" Washington, 6'7" wide receiver out of Georgia, man. Tell me about this guy and tell me why you believe he should be a Dallas Cowboy.
Well, he blocks well. He's 6'7", 270 pounds. He's a big guy, and I got him pegged to be anywhere between the second round. If he falls to the third, it's a steal, right? But the Cowboys could utilize him. I go back to this right here. A lot of people under the article and under the video, a lot of people were saying, "Law, we don't need." No, I'm focusing in on BPA at this point when I'm doing my analysis on players, and I get it. Jake Ferguson, Peyton Hendershot, even Sean McEwen, good tight ends for us. But there's an old saying from Bill Parcells: if you think you are great or good at that spot, draft again. You can never have too many. And on that, this dude is 6'7". He got a high catch radius. He don't run routes as good as you want, but none of these guys are already ready-made products. Everybody got flaws in their game because they will all be rookies. But I'm looking at him from a size aspect, from a mentality aspect. You can line him in line. He can play offline as a tight end who is the extension of the offensive line, who will always be the quarterback best friend. I'm looking for seam killers. I'm looking for high catch radius guys that can catch the ball in the end zone, red zone, money zone, that even if you try to knock him off of his route, he would make you pay for it and embarrass you. You remember a guy last year we had by the name of TJ Vasher? 6'6", just as tall as Darnell Washington. But the problem,
pounds on him.
But Washington got a lot of pounds on him, So I can line up on TJ and probably blow like this a little bit and knock him off his route. You know what I'm saying? If I got somebody over the top. But TJ will win one-on-ones, right? Because that's what he was doing in training camp. But when it was time for him to play, and the DB know how to play with leverage, know how to get inside his chest and knock him off of his route, then he didn't get that recognition, and he wasn't as good or as polished as a blocker like this dude Darnell Washington. So I look at it like that. And of course, you guys remember Rico Gathers. Somebody said that, Law, Darnell will be another Rico. I said, no, Rico didn't play no football in college.
Facts.
Right. The last time that brother was playing, he was a project. You know what I'm saying? Last time he played was like in middle school. So that's a whole different world.
Facts. Yeah, Rico Gathers. Let me tell you, Rico's biggest issue was not even just him. The Dallas Cowboys didn't have a plan for him. When you draft a guy like that and you're going to bring him in a situation like that, your mindset should be, we're going to teach you the position, not get in line, get in reps, get in line and get reps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got to give him reps. Like, you can't let a guy like that earn his play. He ain't played. How can he earn his play past anybody? It doesn't make any sense. You have to actually give him reps. You know what I'm saying? Because you're already taking a chance on him. Rico, good guy. Shout out to him. This is when everything I hear about Darnell Washington, and this is what I saw. I'm gonna tell you what I saw. I'm one word: eraser.
Yeah.
He's a bad play eraser.
Yeah. He's
a throw it up. Oh my God, we're in the end zone. Just throw the mother effer up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like, this is what I either want one or two type of receivers for this team. I wanna, oh my God, he's so fast. F it, he's already down there. Just throw it up.
Okay. Throw it up.
Throw it up.
Yeah. I wish you could play that song. Throw it up.
Hey, listen to me. When I was in the military, they banned that whole listen to me. When I was in the military in Germany, they banned that whole album, bro, because the army would tear it up, bro. Talking about throw it up. But listen to me. I want one or two wide receivers. I want a guy that's so fast. Dak says, F it, throw it up there.
Throw it up. Yeah.
Or I want a guy that's so big, Dak can be like, F it, throw it up there.
Throw it up. Yeah.
And that's what he gives you. And I'm telling you, if you get that same guy in the same combination, you get Megatron. You get a Megatron. Or you get a Des Bryant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like this because, listen to me, no quarterback is listen, no, Josh Allen threw 6 interceptions in the red zone. It is very hard to throw in the end zone, but you're gonna have to do it. I'm Mr. Run the damn ball. I know you're gonna have to throw the ball sometimes. So guess what? If you're gonna have to throw the ball sometime, why not just get a guy that I can just say, Dak, on first down, throw a backside fade to him. Why? Because the corner's 5'11".
Yeah. Right.
Right. He's 5'11". Throw the ball up at his hottest point and go see what that guy can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like
throw it up. You know, yeah. I see Marvin Harris Jr. Yeah, shout out to you, Choctaw. Yeah. There's a plethora of wide receivers that the Cowboys can go get. What's this guy name? As far as the guard that a lot of people saying we should take in the first round, Osiris. What's his name?
Man, I'm gonna be honest.
Cyrus Torrance or something like that. Yeah.
I'm tell you, I suck on draft stuff until like March 5th, 26th. Because I be so consumed with free agency, man. I'd be scared. I'm gonna do research on a kid, and the Cowboys don't draft him. I'll be like, damn, I wasted all that time of my life.
Bro, I feel you, dog. But this is how I am. There's people.
Everybody, bro.
All year. They've been watching college all year. So I gotta make up, you know what I'm saying? And I have a unique way of looking at film and analysis. I like to do it inductive, like individually. You know, some people look at it as a team, but I go into, like, I look up the player, I look at what symptoms they had that year, whether or not it was with injury, did they miss games because of, you know, late, what have you. I don't go as far as like Dion say, do they have a 2-parent household? You know what I mean?
That was crazy, man. Hey, listen. I'm
looking at all that stuff.
Hey, I love Dion, but man, you crazy for that. You crazy, man. You crazy. You want this quarterback. I mean, listen to me. My kids got 2 parents in the home too. But I believe you can. I believe that you can. If a kid is a dog, man, he gonna dog it out regardless. But I see what he's saying, though. I see what he's saying.
Yeah. I see what he's saying. But I look at, that's how I do it too. I look at it, but I don't admit it. Like, hey, man, that dude had, like, you know. But I look at it like,
you know what I do? You want to know how I do my let me tell you how I do this. Man, hey, can I get the breaking news, man? Because I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, I got you right here. What is breaking news at? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Listen to me. This is my draft strategy for 2023. See, the key ingredient is you got to be up at 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when it's best. You know what I'm saying? I go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? I make sure my phone is really, really charged. 100%. I'm talking about 100%, right? I go to YouTube. That's another key. I type in the final word. Draft.
Oh, that's a good plug for it, baby. Yeah,
I ain't even gonna lie to you guys. That's exactly I'm not gonna lie. I listen to me. I don't ever want to get like caught in the stream, like, oh, what's good? This is what. So that's what I do. I ain't even gonna lie. I wait till I ain't gonna watch it live because you ain't gonna catch me. You ain't gonna catch me. But 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm on the final word, taking down notes, and I'm like, okay, so they're not liking this guy. They're not liking this guy. We liking this guy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna watch tonight or whenever y'all have it because I need answers about this Drew Saunders because half the world is saying hell no. And then I look at Drew Saunders and I see LVE. I don't know. I mean,
he got a little bit more talk about him than LVE. Got to keep in mind, LVE would play 8-on-8 football. He was just still raw. He had all of the potentials in the world. I think that what happened with LVE, he got a little gun shy with the neck situation, and I don't blame the brother, man. You know, your neck starts tweaking on you a little bit. You only live once, man. Look, before we depart, man, look at Byron Jones. You know, he was right. Like they gave you pills, they shoot you up and all of this stuff. He can't run nor walk.
Yeah, man. And the sad part about it is, shoot, after 5 years, you got to get your own insurance. So if you didn't, you know, take care of your money, and then also you got to think like this: if you were one of those superstar players that played a long time, like Tom Brady, praise God, he got millions of dollars because he would be impossible to get coverage for insurance for him. It'd be impossible. You know what I'm saying? Just like with Kershaw, you know what I'm saying? Trying to play for the world team. He couldn't. Why? Because they was like, nah, bro, If you too injured, nobody would cover his salary. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Let me ask you this. So it's 3 years to get vested, right? So you said 5 years to get full coverage?
No, 5 years after you play, you're no longer on the NFL's insurance. They only cover you for 5 years.
So they cover you for 5 years, and it take you 3. Look, that's crazy. It take you 3 years to get vested with the NFL, and then
I mean,
they don't cover you until 5 years after you retire. Man, these players better be saving that money. But then this is the crazy thing, Wes. The more money you make, man, shoot, they taxing that depending on what state you live in too.
Yeah, man. That's why guys like Dez Bryant are lobbying so hard because, when you're in the midst of playing, that's just when you're young, man. When you're young, you just feel like you're going to live forever. You feel me? So it's like, you don't really think about those types of things, but it's like, it's even a guy like Jalen Smith, you know what I'm saying? A guy I talk to very oftenly, and just hearing the conversations that he's talking about, like, the conversations are definitely starting to switch onto that next life. And I'm like, bro, you only like 28 years old. You know what I'm saying? 29 years old.
Man.
So it's like, it goes by quickly. And it's like, we always be telling these guys that, like, we only want them to focus on football. But then it's like, damn, when football starts slipping away from you and you haven't focused on anything else, then you kind of like, damn, I ain't even got insurance. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I say, listen to me.
Baseball.
Exactly.
Put your little one baseball.
Manny Machado got 2 $300 million deals. 2. Mamas, put your kids in baseball.
Put your baseball. I got my little ones. I say, girl, you're going to be like Serena and Venus right now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got 2 girls, so yeah, get on out there.
Real, man.
Tennis rackets in them, hey, your daddy used to run. Come on, they're gonna be at least quick side to side. Yeah, I ain't gonna put them no football because they females, but I'm sure tennis.
Hey, listen to me. Football, my kids play football, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. Football, it's a grinder, man. It's definitely a grinder. And the one thing that I will say that, unlike every other sport, football does not have a fallback plan that's as good as bro, there are people making a ton of money playing minor league baseball. I know a dude right now, my boy Sean Marshall, went to high school with him. This dude millionaire right now. He played half a season in the NBA. The rest of his life he played overseas, and he was breaking bread, bro. My boy is Bentley'd out the game. You would think he played in the league, but he didn't. He played 12 seasons overseas. Made good money, man. The NFL, it is literally you make it or you go do whatever you was doing in college.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine who played at minor league baseball. I'm like, man, dog, how much? It's not broadcast like anything. So he's like, man, he making doctor's salary like $650,000. Yeah, I said, shoes down. Now all I gotta do is do this, man. Come on,
And that's the minors, bro. Imagine if you sniffed the majors. And it's like, and you don't even, and it's like you have the longevity to play longer. Like the NFL, it's definitely a grind, man. That's why you have, and we're gonna leave it with this, man. In 2023, man, the only thing I press all content creators and content watchers, man, is let's have a little bit more empathy for these players and for these athletes, man. I think if we do that all the way around the board, I think we all gonna be straight, man. It's your boy West Coast, man. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you are looking to get some of the best draft content out there, you need to do what I do, and that is watch The Final Word. Maybe you watch it a little bit earlier than 2:00 in the morning, but make sure you guys jump on there and give those guys some support. It's been your boy West Coast, and he is the bearded one, Law Nation, man, and we up out of here, man. You guys already know what it is. Never look down because the stars up. Peace.